FAQ every day. Welcome. It's Wednesday the 20th. Got a couple text messages coming through. What was that noise? So it is the 20th. Today's FAQ every day. We're going to go over questions about people who are in a financial hardship. Am I in a financial hardship? That's the question. What identifies being in a financial hardship? And when we go over our three-step process, which is the first step is identifying what your monthly cash flow is. So you can see exactly when you go into step 2, what debt-free strategy is available for you. And then go into step 3, which is just executing and implementing that strategy, right? So today we're going to go over the topic of, am I in a financial hardship? The thing that we look at, and if you listen to any of our videos in the past, or we have some ebooks on this. I can actually put the ebook in the, can I put it in the comments? I'll figure that out, see if I can put a link to it. But the 3 common situations of people that are in a financial hardship. The first one is not having any money left over at the end of the month when you're done paying your bills. And that could be someone who's maybe doesn't have enough money to pay their bills, right? But a lot of people we deal with are current on their minimum payments with their creditors, but they're in a situation where they don't have enough money at the end of the month to put towards their debt to pay off their debt. As you know by now, if you've been listening to us, by making minimum payments, it's going to take you 20, 25 years to pay down your credit card debts, right? So that second situation is someone who doesn't have any money in savings. So now we went over the first one, which is don't have any money left over at the end of the month when they're done paying their bills. The second is they don't have any money in savings. And that third situation is they don't foresee any increase in income in the near future. Those 3 things, if they were the opposite, would give that person the ability to actually start paying off their debt if their goal is to pay off their debt, which if you're watching this video, I would assume that you're trying to pay off your debt. So if they had money left over at the end of the month, they could put that additional funds or those additional funds towards their debt, whether it's a snowball method, or maybe they qualify for a personal loan where they could put more money towards their debts, or there's so many different options when you're on the opposite side of these 3 situations. If you had money in the bank, you'd be able to, let's just say for instance, you don't have money left over at the end of the month, but you had money in the bank, you'd then be able to put the money towards your debt. It would lower your monthly output towards these minimum payments and towards these debts. And then at that point, you'd be able to start paying down your debt. If you foresee any increase in income, let's say you're a seasonal employee, or you're going to have a raise of income coming in the next 2 or 3 months, 6 months, whatever it may be, you then have the ability to put more towards your debt. So if you're in these 3 situations, the only thing that you can do to actually start paying off your debt is lower your expenses. And that's where a debt settlement program, or using the debt settlement strategy, works for a lot of the people that we talk to. Maybe even if it's, in a worse situation, looking at a bankruptcy or whatever it may be at that point. So the reality is on our side of things is we just want to be able to make sure that we're providing you good advice based on your specific situation. So let's get into another one of these topics with financial hardship. Is debt settlement for everyone? I probably know that question. Answer that question. It's not for everyone at all. It's for someone who's in a financial hardship, someone who can't afford to pay back 100% of what they owe. So they use the debt settlement strategy to negotiate settlements for less than what they currently owe to pay their creditors off, usually within a 3 to 4 year period of time, if over that period of time. But these settlements usually happen pretty quickly, depending on when you actually come up with the funds to pay the debts. Who is debt settlement for? Debt settlement's for someone that's in a financial hardship. Debt settlement's a strategy, so that's where the difference is between a lot of people that look at debt settlement. They're like, oh, that's not for me, that'll never work. The reality is it's all about leverage. If you're in a situation where you're in those 3 situations, the 3 common situations of someone in a financial hardship, all the leverage is with the credit card companies, the creditors, because they're the ones that say, okay, listen, you need to make these minimum payments. You keep making minimum payments, but you don't have any additional money to pay down the debts. And then all you got to do is take a look at one of these credit card statements, and it shows the minimum payment warning on it saying, hey, it's going to take me 20 years to pay down this debt just by making the minimum payments. So what debt settlement, what that strategy is, it does go through the process where your credit is going to, you have to go into default on these debts. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to hurt my credit. But the reality is the majority of these people are maxed out on their debts. They're making minimum payments. Their payment history looks good, but they're unable to get any type of lending or any type of loans from anywhere to pay off debts or anything. So, when you go into the process and the strategy of debt settlement, you're negotiating these settlements where the credit card companies are saying, hey, listen, I know you owe us this amount of money, but we'll negotiate for a lesser amount, because the credit card companies know that if they don't negotiate, they're going to be, maybe they'll get nothing at that point. So, we can definitely explain the process of debt settlement if you want to. Text me, 619-332-1019. If you have any questions, we can answer them there. Again, or you just send us a message or an email, chris@smartdebtservices.com, or just send us a DM if you're seeing this on Instagram or a message on Facebook. We're definitely here to help you on our side of things when it comes to this. So, debt settlement is a strategy and a service we offer over here at Smart Debt Services. It's not the only one, but it is one. And if someone is in those three situations, a debt settlement process definitely can help them out. Next question, how can debt settlement help me out of a financial hardship? Well, when you're looking at those three situations, right? If we were to say, put you into a program or, tailor a program around your actual financial needs, you'd be able to, number one, get in a situation where your monthly output is going to be less. So that first situation of, do I have money left over at the end of the month when my bills are paid, would be a different situation for someone who's in a debt settlement program, because you're going to be able now to, put those additional funds towards the debt to pay them off quicker, or you could put that money into the bank and save money. And when you go through the process, say it's a 36-month or a 48-month process, right? You're not able to save money, and your habits are different because you're unable to use credit in that period of time, which is, a lot of people think that's a downer. That's not a downer, that's an upper. You're able to actually see what you can do with your own income, which is why we go through that cash flow analysis up front. We want to make sure that you completely understand how much these debt payments are robbing you from your current income. So when you get into a debt settlement process and you start paying off your debt, it's going to be pretty amazing, because you'll be able to actually now be living off your income when you're out of this program in 3 short years or 4 short years. You're going to be having a full amount of money left over every single month, where you can start investing, you can start putting money in the bank, you can start living off your income. You don't need these credit cards. Let me repeat that for all the people in the back. That's some weird saying that's out there. You don't need credit cards. Okay, you're welcome. Yes, and let's see. Okay, so I'm just looking through the notes on these. I think it just comes down to examples of people that I look at. This actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Mike. By the way, that's not a fly. I thought there was a fly in here. Not a fly. It's a bee. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video here. I got a bee in the office, which I had never been stung by a bee before in my 38 lovely years. So, again, frequently asked question every day is going to be happening every single day. Text us your questions. We got a couple text messages yesterday with questions that are going to be answered here in the next couple days. We're going to do this every single day. So, text us, 619-332-1019. Text us your questions. Email us, chris@smartdebtservices.com. Or you can just send us a message on Facebook or an Instagram DM. I hope that this really helped you out. If you, again, questions, text me. 619-332-1019. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Stay dry, San Diego.